Okay, I've started the stream. Give me a memento to go and find the stream link. Discord. Okay. Da-da-da. See, so I got that, and then in the other place we can put the other link. 1 second, I'm just dropping all my links real quick. There we go, and that's good. Wait, it actually says I'm streaming. Oh my god, I didn't know Discord did this. Oh my god. Right. So. Kapow. I believe everything should be working. Everything should be working beautifully, I think. I hope. So I do
try to lighten the mood sometimes.
Shut up, thank you. Right. So in the stream today, as the title implies, we're going to do more Kaveh Hangouts. So I at least want to get the remaining 3 endings. Not sure if we'll be able to do that, but we can sure try. Do we need to craft anything else? Okay. I'm streaming, I think, a little bit earlier than I usually do. It's like 10 minutes earlier, it's fine. I don't need to be in Liyue right now, so let's activate the Hangout quest. Let me see. Not that. They've got 2 out of 5 endings reached so far. Oh, what's that? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Right. So we've got 2 endings so far, which is cool. Tavern Heart to Heart, Dear Memento, which also has another branch. Oh, I see. Oh, I get it now. It makes sense. So each. Okay, so in the tavern, that can branch off into 3 different paths. I see. Okay. So a Dear Memento can work. Okay, so I think if I jump in with this one, because what we did, if I remember in the last stream, was that we went to unlock the password in that notebook, but maybe I think there was like another option that was like maybe put the notebook aside and do something else, so that will come out to a different ending, and I think that's what the one we can go for, unless there was like another one. So I think there's 3 endings we haven't done, which one is this way, which we need to branch out to this way, the other one is this one, and the 3rd one is up here. So let's go to this one. Go home with Kaveh. Okay. Maybe this one open? We're fine, we're fine. Okay. So we need to go home with Kaveh. Also, I know there's like a Sumeru event going on at the moment, which has like... Wait a minute, not that. I have to click the wrong button. That. Yeah, that's like a... Chromatic Ode of Candies and Roses, and I have 11 days left to play this. So if we have time after I've done all these hangouts, we could do the Sumeru's festival and celebrate Nahida's birthday. I don't know how much of the quest is unlocked, because I know like there are some quests, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, there are some quests which there are like over a certain amount of days, so I don't know how much has been unlocked so far, but we can always do that afterwards if you guys want. Let's get this over with. Not over with, that sounds like I'm done with life.
Alhaitham isn't in, so feel free to sit wherever. I'll bring out the box.
Cool, I'm gonna put this on autoplay. He brings out the box. You okay, buddy?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed. The box is pretty dusty, which means it's already been a while since I've moved into this place.
Yup.
And many years since my mother moved to Fontaine.
Yup. Oh, hello, Chris. Bundle. Do you change your name every single I don't know if you're a different Chris. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Hi, we're doing more Kaveh Hangouts. I'm trying to get the remaining 3 endings done of this quest today. And then if we have time, I'll move on to, we might do the Sumeru's festival with like event thing that is in the latest version, providing it lets me do it. So that's the plan. Hi Chris, welcome to the stream. Appreciate it.
I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
I hope she'll be able to find happiness there. She raised me all by herself after my father passed away. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box. What are all these things?
Also, by the way, I didn't mention this in the last stream. He claims he drew this when he was like 5 years old or something. That drawing, I must say, is better than how I can draw at my current age. And I'm an adult. Just saying.
Oh, I remember now. This is a drawing I made in Port Ormos.
Yup.
Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now.
Don't mind me,
I
I'm
was
just
less
eating
than
fruit,
5
so if
years
you hear
old
me
when I
eating, I
made this drawing.
apologize.
That's more than 20 years ago. You could say it's pretty good for a child of that age. Now that I've said that out loud, I suppose I do have some level of artistic talent, right? Criticism and self-doubt have always been a part of the artistic process. I admit that I may have...
Yeah, I'm gonna skip ahead because
anyway,
we've
never
already...
mind. The more I talk about it... my building blocks! It's been years since I've last seen these.
Yeah, we've already
When I
done
was
a lot
kid,
of
I
this,
used to
so I'm just
stack
trying to
them
get to the
super
part bit where it
high.
lets
I
me
could
choose a
even
different
stabilize
branch.
the tower to keep it from tumbling over. Oh, I was super... Unfortunate, it was only a few days later that he finally got... My mother took me... She didn't scold me... Let's see. Is there anything else left in this box? Huh.
Yeah, this is the bit we're at. Okay, this is the bit...
Again?
A notebook with a lock. So basically, the last time we did it, we played through this. We figured out what the code was, and we found out the code was companionship. But this time, we're gonna do the opposite choice.
Ah, this is my mother's notebook. She used to write and sketch in it all the time. When I was a child, I used to be super fascinated by this notebook, and always pestered my mother to let me read it. After asking her a few times, she told me that I could read it as long as I could guess the password.
Yep.
Huh. Wonder why she didn't take this notebook with her.
Take a look.
If only I could. I never managed to guess the password.
Yeah, after all those years.
Hey, it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of inspiration. That's what we need to guess the password. Who knows? Maybe this time something will click in my head, and the answer will just I could tell what you were thinking.
So I'm just trying to skip ahead until we can get to the part where we can choose a different route.
I've tried my name, my father's
Yeah,
name.
you've
I've
chosen
even
a lot
tried
of...
stuff like love you. I wouldn't try that route again. I have a hunch that it won't be that simple. Also, if she...
Okay, so the last time I suggested the option of we can try asking some of her old acquaintances. This time I'm gonna choose, maybe we should just put it aside for now.
Yeah, you're right. Although I was hoping to find some words of wisdom from my mother, if I stop and think about it, her words may not be the advice that I need to hear right at this moment.
I feel like that's a bad decision. I feel like I've gone down the bad route, but like it's a different outcome, okay? It's a different
Everyone's
path.
life journey is different. Traveler, you've visited many lands and met many people, so I'm sure you've run into situations where some advice wasn't exactly suitable for the situation at hand.
Maybe? I don't really remember.
I just got an idea, though. If I want to rekindle the creative passion that I had before, instead of trying to unlock an old notebook, why don't I take a walk around the parts of town that had changed my life?
Yeah, that could work.
What do you think?
Sounds good to me, Kaveh.
I'm glad you agree.
I'm gonna
Let's
eat my
start by
burger in the
taking a quick
meantime.
stroll
Don't
around the
mind me.
academia.
Okay. Okay, 1 second, guys. I gotta unlock my door to my dogs. 1 second. What's up? Come here. You can come in if you want. Up. Alright, up. Good girl. Good girl. Behave, okay? Right, I'm back. Sorry, my beat you guys. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Continuing on. Can I look anywhere in here? Can I go in here now? Can I look in this room? I can look in this room. I like how this door... I like how Al-Haytham just installed automatic doors in his house. Can I sit in his chair? I can sit in his chair! Why do you have a magnifying glass? I don't understand. Anyway. You have a very nice desk. Very nice office. Wait, are you telling me, is this all Haytham's desk and then Kaveh has just been bunked onto this tiny desk? That would be funny if so. Anyway, let's go. Also, is this supposed to be an urn? Do you have why do you have urns in your house? I don't understand. Anyway. I'm just nosing around his house. Hey, Papa. Right, where are we going? House of Dana. We go to the House of Dana. Where are we going? I go down. There's like a door somewhere down here. Is it over here? A little path over here. There's like a side door. Yep, I knew it. Whee! Yippee! There we go. We're going to the library. The library is the library that's bigger than a shopping center. Okay, 1 second, chat. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just close my door real quick. I apologize. 1 second. Good girl. It's okay, Bones. Right. Back. Okay. I'll make sure my YouTube is fine. That's fine. It's fine. Continuing on in the library. Look at this library, chat. How big is this library? This is the biggest library I've ever seen. This is literally a library the size of a shopping center. Tell me I'm wrong. It's very pretty though. Whee!
Of all the places in the academia, I remember this one most. When my studies got busy, I used to pull all-nighters here trying to finish my blueprints.
Aw, how cute. I don't know if that's cute or not, but I'm calling it cute. You sound like you almost miss it.
Who doesn't miss their time at the academia? Life was a lot simpler then, and we all had far less troubles.
True.
I created many designs that I thought were beautiful in the House of Dana. I drew whatever came to mind, since I didn't have to care about budget constraints or turning them into reality.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Yeah, there's a difference between being an artist and making something because you want to make it, and making something for, like, a client. Like, there's a restriction there, isn't there? Fair enough. Anyway, why did you like to draw in the House of Nina?
If I had to give a reason, it'd probably be because I like the ambiance here. The academia also had a rule that allowed scholars to annotate any physical books they came across. As a result, the books here are chock full of scholars' wisdom across many generations.
So, you're allowed to write in the books? Seems a bit weird. We must have a lot of replacement books, then. Okay, we're walking with Kaveh. Doing that little pitter-patter. Take a walk nearby. It is a very pretty library, I will say.
Oh, here, this is a great example. This book, History of Ancient Sumeru Architecture, contains some analysis that I did many years ago. Huh?
Cool.
Why is Alhatham's handwriting also in here? When did he ever read this book?
I don't know.
I guess it's probably from when we worked on that research project together. Anyway, he probably never cared to tell you this, but the House of Dana is where Alhatham and I first met.
Oh.
I came here to do my homework and saw him sitting by himself next to that row of bookshelves. A group of Haravatat scholars were chatting near him, but he looked as if he was too lazy to join them. There was a pretty stark difference between him and all the rest of them. It was my fault for feeling bad for him. I thought he must have gotten into some kind of trouble and went over to ask if he needed anything, not realizing that...
Not realizing that you were in fact the one in a whole heap of trouble?
Oh.
Alhatham? Why are you here?
I love the way he said his name then. I love the way he said his name. Alhatham! The way his voice cracked as he said that. Hi, buddy! Oh, guys, by the way, I've come up with a new, so you remember a few, streams ago, back when Paimon was trying to create an ugly nickname for, Alhatham, and we couldn't think of one? I have the perfect ugly nickname for Alhatham now. He is hereby going to be known as Shrek. He is Shrek, okay? Tell me I'm
wrong. The House of Dana is a public space. Anyone can come here, no?
But shouldn't you be at the records room at this hour? You're not here to watch me make a fool of myself, are you?
I think you're looking a bit too far into this, Kaveh.
You think I would derive amusement from watching you fall into depression over your life's various troubles? If that's the case, then I suppose I must have been entertaining myself for years.
Damn, okay. Is it also just me, or does he sound different here? Like, his voice sounds softer. He's not sounding like as straight, well, he's very straightforward, but, like, that's not what I'm saying. Like, he's not sounding quite as harsh as he usually does with his wording. Like, his voice softens a bit. Here? Is it just me? Am I going crazy? I feel like his voice is softened a bit.
I came here to pick up a few files. If your voice hadn't managed to get through my soundproof earpieces, I probably wouldn't have noticed you.
Yeah, true. You are very loud, Kaveh.
All right. I admit I was probably overreacting just now.
I want to continue the story. I want to know what happens next.
Probably not when he's right here with us. As his senior, I shouldn't try to tarnish his reputation.
You love the way he said that. I love whoever voices Kaveh does such a good job. I love it. I love both their voice actors. It's great. Wasn't Alhatham just saying you were the one gonna get in trouble?
There was nothing embarrassing or shameful about it. When I was still a student at the academia, I once collaborated with Kaveh on a research project. A collaboration is usually beneficial for all parties, but due to issues with our personalities, we ended up going our separate ways before completing the project.
Oh? Oh, so they just conflicted?
We had a number of differences, and they remain unresolved even today. But there's no point going into that right now.
Why not? What, do you two need some therapy? We can be your therapist, guys. You guys need to go to therapy.
The more important question is, why are you at the House of Dana?
Kaveh's feeling a little depressed. Why are you smiling? I love the way you're smiling. You're like, he's giving one of those cheeky smiles that's just like, I want the drama. Tell me all the info. I can't tell if that's a genuine smile or if he's just being like, tell me all the drama. I want to know everything. Kaveh's feeling a little depressed right now.
As a senior scholar, isn't it my responsibility to offer my friend a quick tour and explanation of the academia's architecture?
Oh my god. This man is exhausting. You could just be straightforward with your... Haytham's not really your friend, but he kind of is at the same time, like...
I see. Then let me guess. Your next stop will be the pavilions around Razan Garden? Our famed architect sure loves showing off that corner to all his friends. Oh, and Kaveh. A lot of the books you annotated have been moved to the innermost section of that bookshelf over there. You'll have to dig them out yourself if you need to find them.
Huh? But why would you know that? Don't tell me you finally had an epiphany and realized that there's great virtue in respecting your elders' work.
Wow, he just called himself old. Like, Kaveh, you're not that much older than him. And I'm still shocked that you are older than him, to be fair. But you're not that much older than him.
Sure, if that will give you some self-confidence. Leave any words of thanks you may have to the ex-Grand Conservator. The last time he was here, he was complaining that he had received reports from current students. The main grievance being that the annotations are too long and difficult to read.
Wow, that's one way to insult Kaveh, I guess.
As a result, the books you annotated have been moved to the back shelves.
What? But all of my annotations were extremely important. Instead of reporting me, they should have been thanking me for my service. The notes that I took, they couldn't have asked for a better analysis of those books.
Maybe this is your problem, Kaveh. Maybe this is your problem. The fact that, you know, you take too much pride in your work. There's a good... Taking pride in your work can be a good thing. Too much pride in your work? Not so much of a good thing.
Okay, just you wait. I'm going to fix this right now. I'll dig all the books out and return them to the proper shelves.
Oh, we'll wait.
Waiting's about all we can do.
Anyway, you were about to say he's feeling a bit down?
Yeah. So, yeah, I say he knows. I feel like he's... Hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna open my door again. My dog. 1 second. There we go. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh no, is it frozen again? No, don't freeze. Okay, 1 second, chat. I'm gonna have to fix my VTuber. 1 second. 1 hard second, chat. Allow me to fix the problem. No, you're not coming back in, Doug. I've literally just let you out. Oh, fine, I'll let you in. You win, okay? If you're gonna come in, you have to stay in. Good gal. Anyway, sorry. But you good? Good gal. Right, are we good? Why is it... Don't do this to me, game. Do I... Okay, there we go. It's fixed itself. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. It should be... It'll repair in just a second. There we go. Sorry, 1 second. It's fine, yeah. Okay, back... Sorry about that. I had to fix my V-Trooper for a second. So anyway, he was sitting a bit down. Yeah, he's feeling a bit depressed right now. He was put through the ringer recently by a particularly difficult client.
Put through the ringer. What an interesting phrase. I assume he used those exact words himself.
It doesn't seem far from the truth, though. I also like how, like, in the Hangouts now, like, especially here, he seems, like, genuinely concerned about Kaveh, and that he's not trying to tear him limb from limb, like, in an argument every, like, 30 seconds. I like the fact that here, he's being genuine. He's, like, being more, like, down to earth with him.
He probably did suffer quite a bit, that's true. He always spends a lot of time editing his proposals, with the goal of satisfying as many of the client's preferences as possible.
Oh yeah, that's part of his job description.
But the satisfaction of one client will not translate to general satisfaction with his work.
True.
Many problems in life can only be solved by a fundamental change of attitude. As the leading genius of Ksharawar, Kaveh should have both the right and the confidence to reject any unreasonable demands.
True, that is a good point. That is a very good point. So he has to do... that really is a bit of a paradox, isn't it? So he has to be open-minded enough to make something in satisfaction of the client, but at the same time has to have the confidence and the strength within himself to just be like, I'm gonna reject any unreasonable demands, and then he can't think too much about the decisions he makes, otherwise it will grate away at him. That's an endless cycle of conflict there.
There are plenty of architects in Sumeru who are inferior to him in skill, yet far more irascible in temperament. What's more, there are plenty of people who look up to such individuals as paragons of staying true to one's principles.
So the problem was with Kaveh?
Clearly, his predicament is inevitable, since he holds other people's feelings as more important than his own.
True, he does. That's a good point. He's always putting other people before himself. And that he views him putting his own feelings, like prioritizing his own feelings as selfish, when it's really not.
Of course, each person is different, and we should respect the paths that they have chosen for themselves.
I like how he's just casually, like, analyzing Kaveh's mental state, by the way.
Admonitions will serve no purpose. People tend to succumb to familiar pitfalls, and this is especially true for those who believe it's their duty to carry more burdens on their shoulders.
I mean, they're just having a chit-chat. Is he done?
Looks like you were having an enjoyable chat while I was gone. Were you talking about me by any chance?
Yes, we were, Kaveh.
What do you think?
What else is there to talk about? Surely no one would be interested in talking about the files that you were browsing through earlier. Anyway, you should take a look at this. Look at this comment on page 82. Dear Kaveh, thank you so much for annotating this book in such detail. It was a great help to me.
See, this is the I think... It's sweet, because obviously he sounds so proud of it, but at the same time... Why does he sound like such a kid when, like... I don't mean he's childish, but, like, at the same time, like... He's, like, running over to his dad to be like, look, Dad, look, I did good, somebody gave me a compliment.
See that? Now that's how a student should treat their seniors.
Oh no, has my VTuber... Dang it. Okay, 1 second. I need to fix this again. 1 second, chat. I'm sorry. So I probably should just change the camera real quick. Okay, hopefully that's fine. Sorry, I'm just gonna fix the camera. Okay, 1 second. It should be back in a second. There we go. Okay, fixed it. Apologies for that, chat. Continuing on.
And it looks like you're already in a much better mood now. It really doesn't take much to make you happy, huh?
See, he sounds genuine here, and it's cute. He's being nice.
Me happy? I'm mocking that retired blockhead for being so full of himself. He understands nothing about the true beauty of architecture.
And he's back to
When I
being
can find
miserable.
some time, I'll have a serious talk with him about making sure these books are put where they belong.
I'm not saying anything. Let's just move on.
Why don't you just move all the books yourself? It's not like he hasn't cursed you out before. What was that nickname he gave you while you were in the academia? The Urchin of Kasharwar?
Some people swear in this game. I don't think I've had anyone swear in this game. Also, urchin's not a swear word, but whatever.
Kaveh had a habit of scribbling and writing in all kinds of books.
Hey! You didn't need to bring that up. At least not when I'm still standing here.
True. I mean, no, we're gonna call you out regardless. I don't put it past Elhatham to call someone out to their face. In fact, he probably, like, lives off of doing that.
Oh, actually, I also found a really old sketch in one of the books over there. See? Doesn't it remind you of something? Huh? Don't tell me even you don't get it.
No.
Don't ask me. This is the time you specifically put aside to brag about yourself. Feel free to hoard all the spotlight you want.
See? It's not just me. He is generally speaking a lot softer and a lot more genuine. Not saying he's not genuine, like, the way he usually talks. That's probably a bad way to come across. But, like, his tone of voice is a lot softer here.
You... In that case, allow me to explain. Although this sketch is a little abstract, you can plainly see from the road plans that this was an original concept for the expansion of Port Ormos.
We can also plainly see that the designer was a huge fan of this project. It's the project he loves to talk about the most, second to the Palace of Alcazarzare.
Oh, so it's one of Kaveh's sketches?
If I don't keep bringing up the neat projects that I've done, how would anyone know that I was the one who did them in the first place?
It's called Connections, Kaveh. And it's also called reviews. You know? You do a project that's really good. The client gives you a review, and then that reflects on your reputation. Ba-bam, ba-boom. That's business.
There shouldn't be any complaints about Port Ormos. If I remember correctly, the construction process was very smooth. Everything was made ready ahead of time, and there were very few safety concerns.
There are indeed no records of any complaints about this project. A most impressive achievement.
I can't tell if you're being genuine or not, Alhaitham. I can't tell if this is you just taking the piss or not. I really can't at this point.
See? What did I tell you? Come on, let's take a stroll through Port Ormos next. I'll tell you all about the designs I made for the place.
He's not gonna come along too. Yeah, he's gonna stay here.
No need. It's almost time to clock out for the day, and I don't intend on bringing any unfinished work home.
Fair enough.
Suit yourself. It's not like you know how to appreciate artistry anyway. Let's go, traveler. I'll take you to Port Ormos.
Okay. Dang it, Alhatham's gone. No, was he still here? No, where'd he go? Can I steal some books? I can't steal any books. Wow, rude. I can't, like, I wonder if, like, me reading these books is, like, gonna be any of any change. Probably not. Oh, hey, it gave me an achievement for that. Heck yeah. Okay, well, we're going now. Bye. Is that all? Is that the only bit of Alhaitham we get in this? Does he show up again? Probably not. We're gonna go to Port Almost now, so probably not. Whee! Where are we going? Port Almost! Oh, look at all the decorations for the Sumeru event.
Port Ormos.
It's very pretty. Sorry, 1 second. Did you design one of the buildings here?
No, I didn't design any one specific building. Most of my work here concerned structural renovation.
Oh?
Port Ormos had already existed since I was still a young child. It wasn't as large as it is now, though. It only came to its current size after a sizable expansion. I was part of that project.
Oh, very nice.
The arch bridge over there, for example. That was one of my designs.
Mmm.
When I was
How'd you
first
come up with the
tasked
idea
with the
for it?
project, I decided to reference the growth patterns of nearby trees to split Port Ormos into 2 levels. My goal was to improve the overall utilization of space.
Right, whatever that means.
We ran into a lot of issues during construction, but thankfully, we were still able to achieve the original vision. Residents can now behold all the ships entering and leaving the harbor from the vantage point of the bridge, while visitors can recognize the site of Port Ormos from a long ways away.
Oh, very
I
nice.
was still young and new to the trade back then. I could hardly believe that an idea in my head could become reality and remain in the world for many years to come.
Fair
A
enough.
true cornerstone of the creative process. The point about the design that will be ultimately used to judge its true worth. It was the first time that it became crystal clear in my mind.
He sounds happier now.
Once built, a building will continue to stand. Countless people will see it, and countless more will step inside it. Its final worth, whether it's good or bad, will be assessed by the countless generations of people that interact with the building during their lives.
Unless there's an earthquake. I'm sure the residents of Port Ormos really enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool.
You think so?
I got
I'm
2
glad to hear
hearts
that.
there!
But even with this project, I still had one small regret.
Oh.
My budget was tight, and I was unable to use the higher quality timber I had originally intended for the design. I knew that some concessions on aesthetics would be needed as soon as I agreed to a proposal that prioritized the practical functions of the project. Us creative types know better than anyone that most projects cannot be completed without a few regrets.
Yep.
Even the Palace of Alcazarzare was not perfect.
But having no regrets would also mean you have no higher hopes for the future. Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. I should learn to look toward future opportunities and believe that any regrets I have can be overcome in time.
Or use the regrets you have as motivation for your next project so you can, you know, have motivation to keep working.
We've spent long enough here. There's still one last place I want to go, but it's a little far. would you be interested in a quick trip to the desert?
Let's go!
Great. Most of my projects over the last few years have had something to do with the desert, partially because there's a special place there that I often visit.
Oh?
This is a rare opportunity, so why don't you come along and see it for yourself?
Sure.
If you ever feel down, maybe you'll be able to go there and feel better too.
Oh, where we going? Follow Kaveh to the desert. That's a long way away and I ain't walking. Where are we going? The dune... Sorry, I need a cough. The dune of magma? You made a dune of magma? Huh?
Who would have thought that so many primal constructs could have congregated here while I was gone? We won't be able to sit and talk peacefully with these guys around. Let's clear the area.
You got it, buddy. Oh, you're gonna let me play as Kaveh.
Come at me. Huh.
What is he what is he wielding? Sorry, 1 second. I thought he oh, he's got that sword, okay. I thought he was just... I found that funny. Sorry, I just thought he was wielding some random, like club or something. No, move out the way.
Sight clear. Hey, cut it up.
He's not really the greatest unit to be fighting with, is he?
Congratulations!
Why don't you do that?
Can't see?
Through me, justice is served. Stay condemned.
See, I could build up the Kaveh I have, but he's not really the best unit in my opinion. I did it. You're welcome, Kaveh.
Isn't this place great? I often come here to clear my mind when I'm dealing with a difficult situation.
Are they supposed to be represent Anubis statues or something?
You know what I mean. Everyone finds themselves in frustrating situations once in a while.
Yep, too right.
Just take me as an example. My family life got shaken up quite a bit when I was young. I struggled in school, and I got into a huge pile of debt building the Palace of Alcazarzaray.
Yeah, you should probably report that to Sino, that you got scammed, and then Sino can deal with Dory. Just saying.
Although Alhaitham thinks that it's because of my personality that I continue to live in the shadow of the past.
What kind of
I
is?
think it's also just a part of life. Plus, if I look back, I've honestly had my fair share of good luck as well.
I mean, it kind of is your personality, though. I can't lie. Like, you're a very prideful person who's also probably a little too proud of your own work at times. Or you're a little too proud of your own accomplishments at times. Which, being proud is fine. It's good. You have every right to be proud of the stuff you do. But don't be so proud you let it cloud your judgment. But also, you get so emotional very easily. So if someone confronts you about something, you do tend to get defensive very quickly. So it kind of is your personality. You've kind of got like a You've kind of got like a conflicting personality there, Kaveh.
You could probably say I followed in the path of my mother. Like her, I've gained a name for myself as an architect, built something that's seen as my magnum opus, and found many projects that others have entrusted to me to finish.
You also haven't completely lost your passion for life.
Life is too boring when you live with no enthusiasm and passion. Only those who believe in the inherent meaning of it can capture the small nuances of everyday life and turn them into inspiration for beautiful designs.
Why do you sound so poetic all of a sudden?
Of course, I will concede that loving something also means taking it to heart. So to an extent, caring is also a source of pain. If I didn't love my work, I wouldn't be so torn up about it all the time.
Kind of.
But still, isn't this place beautiful? Despite the erosion
I don't know, I
from the
can't
winds
see it.
and
I can only
changing
see you.
seasons, you can still perceive its past beauty and glory.
Wait, so he built this, did he? Did he build this pyramid?
With different landforms come different architectural styles. The desert's history has left it with few records regarding its buildings, so I often visit the desert to investigate things in person. The site here has moved me ever since the first time I laid my eyes on it. I told myself that one day, I would also be able to create buildings that move others.
Fair enough.
My pain will one day fade into nothing, just as I reach the end of my life. But buildings are different.
Why does that sound so depressing?
They are far more valuable than most materialistic things, and far more durable than human flesh. As long as there remain souls in the world who can decipher the meaning behind them, they will also have acknowledged me across the vast stream of time.
Why does he does sound very poetic all of a sudden. Also, I was watching a series the other day. I think it was on Disney Plus or something. But it was about Egyptian. I think it's about Egyptian architecture, I think. And it was like referring to the pyramids and like the temples and like the tombs and all that kind of stuff. I found that really interesting.
If you were to ask me what art is, that would be my answer.
Now that's more like the Kaveh I know.
You think so? But I feel I've always been like this. Remember that question I brought up before? The one about whether I should see art as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods, or as a product of my own existential struggle. I still haven't found an answer to that yet. But if art wasn't inherently paradoxical and enigmatic, then people probably wouldn't be drawn to it.
Probably.
Those who pursue art will be unable to avoid the pain that it naturally brings. Will often be floating on cloud 9 one second, and sinking in a mire the next.
Yeah.
I'll try gathering my thoughts again once I've found a way to define art in the first place.
Good. You could grab a dictionary, and you could go to section A, and find the word art, and then you could read the dictionary definition of art. You know, that works too.
In any case, thank you so much for listening to everything I had to say.
I didn't really have a choice, to be fair, but you're welcome. Oh, that's cute! That's a cute one. I'm gonna save that as well. I like that. That's very sweet. Right, do we do another one? Is there a chest over here? Should we grab the chest? Otherwise, if I don't grab this chest now, I will never grab the chest because I will just forget about its existence.
And Shroud, I'll uproot you! Nowhere to run! Target acquired.
Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Hey buddy, are you gonna wake up? Oh yeah. Oh, this is a chest I can grab. There we go.
Worthless pile of garbage.
I think there's another one over here, isn't there? We can go and grab this one as well. I don't grab the chest.
Really are a one-trick pony, you know.
Shut up, you little thingy. I don't know what you are, but you are a thing. I might be able to grab this. Should we try? I think... I'm gonna try and grab it real quick. I need to... Is that all of them? Oh, there's one there. Okay. I missed. How'd I miss? Can you guys fuck off? Thank you. This is embarrassing. Can you guys die? You know, death would be very much appreciated. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let me... Yippee. Yippee. What's the other one? Is it just 3 of them? Oh no, it's 4. Yippee!
Up to it, Montai.
Got it. There we go.
Cool. This stuff looks dope.
Oh, there are a lot of chests around. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back for this later, otherwise I'll just spend the whole time just... I'll grab the chest off camera. That's probably what I should probably be doing. Should we do another one? Or... I might try and do that the... Right, there was a reward thing there. Yippee! So I can get 2 more. Hangout 4 and Hangout 5. I can't grab a key. Okay, let me see. So, what other options do we have? It gives us 2 other options in... this one. So I guess we can start on the branch that we were already doing. So on this one we need attempted persuasion. I guess we have to do the other option now? I'm not sure. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, I've got let my dog out of my room. God damn it, dog. Come on. Right. I'm back. Did my VTuber fuck up again? No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Continuing on. So, yeah, I guess we could... There's one more branch we could do. So we did this one. Or no, which is the one we just did? I can't remember. Yeah, this is the one we just did. I think in the last stream we also did the persuading Dory. So we could do the other option? I'm gonna have to find out. Ask about the client about their strange behaviour. Oh, hello! We got more people in chat. Hello, hello. Hello, Nico. I can't speak. 1 second. Hello, Nico Tesla, and hello, I don't know, man. Great name there. Welcome to the stream. We're just doing some Kaveh Hangouts right now, and if we have time afterwards, we might do the Sumeru's festival. I also just realized I left my burger here. So if you hear me eating, I apologize. I just eat my food. There we go. Oh, there he is. Excuse me, good sir. You have to pay your taxes.
We meet again.
You mad?
Huh? Why are you guys here?
We followed you.
That's what we wanted to ask you. Who are you? Why did you dress up like a merchant to talk to me about our project?
He's not happy. He's a mad Kaveh.
There's no need for us to continue this project if you still want to keep hiding things from us. I don't work with individuals I can't trust.
Believe me, I didn't have any bad intentions. It's just... All right, there's no point hiding anything anymore. The building I'm trying to commission you for is not really a personal residence for me, but rather a library for children living in the desert.
That's a pretty innocent suggestion.
A library? Funded entirely by yourself? Shouldn't this be the responsibility of the academia? I've heard that the academia will be looking to prioritize the desert with the allocation of educational resources and materials. It sent over a large shipment of regular goods just last month.
You're right, and I was aware of these happenings as well. I just figured what I want to do is a separate effort from what's already being done by the academia.
I guess the
desert
academia
is too vast. Even if the academia spends a lot of effort trying to disseminate knowledge in those parts, it might still take decades, if not centuries, to reduce the educational gap that already exists between the two regions.
But also because the academia, yes, it is like a school or like a college or whatever, but it's also like, you've got the Grand Sage, you've got sages and whatever. It's also like technically the government of Sumeru, right? So like that's gonna be a long process. Whereas I feel like he wanting to hire to build a library would be like a quicker process. So
And what's more, I don't know if the academia would ever reverse its stance in the future. All I know is that as a desert dweller, we should not wait passively for good things to happen to us. If we only did that, we'd never be able to stand up and hold our heads high. I don't have much longer left on this world, so I just want to use whatever time I have to contribute something to my homeland.
So why did you feel you needed to lie?
I didn't want you to know that I came from the desert. I've lived in the desert my entire life, and there wasn't anyone here that I could trust. I figured I needed as much safety as I could get.
To the point that you even disguised your identity? That's certainly taking playing it safe to the next level. Hold on. Don't tell me you've also been scammed before.
When I first came to Sumeru City, I brought a lot of Mora, hoping to find an architect that I could work with.
Okay.
Someone agreed to take on the project, and even took a sum of Mora from me, but then disappeared without a trace.
Yeah, this is why you do payment upon completion with business. You never pay your person before you get the product done.
After that, I heard that there are a lot of untrustworthy people in this business. Some would run as soon as they've been paid, while others would deliberately use expensive materials and take a cut of the construction funding. I spent a while collecting information in the city, and eventually learned that you're the most famous architect in all of Sumeru.
Eventually you
I
learn
figured
that,
that
lol.
you wouldn't need to make Mora by scamming people, so I decided to reach out to you. By the way, how did you know I was scammed? I don't think I've ever mentioned that to anybody.
He's also been
Just a
scammed.
hunch. A while ago,
Scammed.
I
Just
accepted an
scammed.
offer to work on a project in the desert, and was also scammed out of a large sum of Mora.
Damn.
I ran into someone who was living in a pretty run-down house. I noticed a load-bearing wall on the verge of collapse, and suggested that I build a new house for him. He said that he had no way to pay for it, so I loaned him some of my own Mora, and told him to get some stone and timber from the local vendors. Soon after that, I found out that he had gone gambling with all the money, and lost everything, down to the last coin. And
Damn.
after that, he even borrowed Mora from me twice more, using a different excuse each time. I didn't even suspect him of any wrongdoing until he hired a group of mercenaries and tried to ambush me in his own house.
Damn, what? That's taking it extreme.
According to him, I looked like an easy target because I was an academia scholar who didn't have any family or friends in the desert. What kind of person would just look at someone else and think, this guy looks like an easy target?
A psychopath.
Those kinds of things do happen every once in a while, yes. Folks like him are the exact reason why us desert dwellers' reputation has gone down the drain. I must apologize to you on their behalf.
It's all right. You were also scammed by someone from Kasharwar after all. I should apologize to you on their behalf.
Don't apologize to anyone on anyone's behalf. They should be the one apologizing.
Ultimately, neither of our experiences had anything to do with the desert or the rainforest. People who are new to an area are always easy targets for criminals.
Bad people are everywhere.
Yeah, you'll find both good and bad people everywhere. I can't understand the logic of those who like to take advantage of others, but I have to accept their existence as a fact of life.
Yup. It
Anyway,
sucks.
I digress. Let's return to the topic at hand.
Back to autoplay.
Did you keep rejecting my designs because you thought I was deliberately using expensive materials to take a cut as a middleman?
That's what I was afraid of initially, yes. I eventually understood that you weren't out to cheat me. But unfortunately, I still don't have nearly enough Mora to pay for the design you proposed. I've done the math and know that we should be able to make it if we cut some corners. However, after our conversations, I can see that you're passionate about your design, and I'm quite fond of the proposal as well. So, I decided to try and see if I can afford your proposal as is. I've been looking for work every day, and in another month, I should be able to cobble together enough mora to meet the budget.
By cobble together, you mean you're going to spend your entire life savings on this project? But then, what will you do if something unexpected comes up, and you find yourself stuck with no emergency fund?
To be honest, I haven't really thought about that. I mean, when you've lived to be my age and something happens, you can't really call it unexpected anymore.
There can always be
All
unexpected
I want
things.
is to build this library before I leave this world.
I'm quite quiet on this one,
So
I'm
that the
trying to listen
children
in.
of the future would have some books to read, and the desert dwellers would be able to learn their letters and pick up some practical knowledge.
I'm really passionate about this
A
project.
while ago, I heard that the academia had decided to recruit a number of exceptional children from the desert. Of course, this is welcomed news. But as someone who's spent their entire life in the desert, I still have a few concerns. I know the desert life and can predict what the problems will be. Many children from the desert have had neither the interest nor the proper environment to learn.
Yep.
So even if the academia would take them in, once they enter the halls, they might find themselves surrounded by other children who look and act very differently from them.
That dog.
And as a result, they might become socially isolated.
Yes, I can imagine that.
Damn.
My father passed away at an early age. Even though I had a good number of friends during my years.
Sorry, let me let my dog in my room. 1 second.
For some time, I still sensed many critical looks in my direction.
What do you want? Trouble. Hey, good gal. Okay, there we go, we're back.
I'm sure a child coming all the way from the desert will have an even harder time. But let's bring this back to the building itself. I think you said that you want this building to be quiet and warm, with its doors serving as a solid barrier to block out the sound and fury outside, and allow one to focus on the book in their hands. Building it according to the current plan will be quite costly. Even if I don't charge you any commission fees, I don't think we'd be able to keep it under your budget. Any ideas on what we can do?
Yeah, can we try a slightly different style?
A slightly different style? Give me a minute.
Because last time I
Most
did the
architects would probably
sponsor.
prioritize cutting costs and removing extra features in this situation. Indeed, converting the building into a simple bungalow would solve most of our problems. However, I do not think this would be the best solution. While it's true that the aesthetic value of a building is often viewed as an afterthought, neglecting it has some long-term negative consequences. It is especially undesirable in this situation, as the library will serve a high number of children, many of whom would have never been exposed to structures that may be considered elegant or beautiful. To completely give up on the more aesthetic design would mean stripping the children of an opportunity to appreciate the beauty of architecture. I share Badawi's sentiments in wanting to preserve a more complex design.
But at the same time, you're wanting them to learn. They're not. Kids don't look at a building and go, "Wow, that's pretty." They go into the building and they go like, "Okay, what are we gonna do here?" That's how kids think. They don't care about how the building looks, unless it looks like a wooden shed.
However, if we can reduce the ornate aspects of the design while maintaining its fundamental elegance, which is to say we won't touch the arches and stone pillars, but make changes elsewhere. This is definitely a first. To make up for the loss of regular details, we would need to put a lot of extra effort into the layout, lines, and color.
I don't in chat. Do you understand what is being said here? Because I really don't.
I see. Would that really be okay?
It just increases the difficulty of the design. You should feel lucky that out of all the architects in the city, you chose to approach me. Most of the others would have given up on this project by now.
Which is probably, a reasonable thing, whatever.
As for inspiration, I think I might have something in mind, but I'd need to visit the site to make sure. Where do you want this place to be built? Tell me the exact location.
Aru Village. Although it wasn't my childhood home, I think it'll be the best site for such a building.
Okay, then we can pay a visit to Aru Village.
Is there something I can do for you? I've already caused you a lot of trouble before, and now you're revising the design again because of me. Which draft are we even on now? It's making me feel terribly guilty.
Same account? What about the same account? Oh, you're on the same account. You just switched your profile picture. Okay, gotcha. I was wondering what that was about.
Let me think.
Sorry, I'm a little slow.
You said you used to be an Eremite mercenary, right? In that case, you could help us clear out some monsters that are blocking the way to Aru Village. We want to keep the roads clear, and reduce the loss of materials during transport to a minimum. If everything goes well, that'll help us save some Mora.
All right, just leave it to me. If there's anything I'm good at, it's clearing out monsters.
He's gonna break his back, isn't he?
What are you waiting for, then? Let's pack up and get ready to go.
Don't tell me it's my other Evie, you can wait, okay? You can just wait. Not doing it. Where are we going? Aru Village! Oh my god. 1 second, chat. The amount of time I've had to get up to deal with my dogs. What do you want? You wanna come in? You can't just sit there and scratch on my door. I'm streaming. Get in. Come on, in. In. You scratch on my door and not let you in, and then you walk off. She's a bitch. Fine then, Evie, I'm not letting you in again. Being trolled by my dog chat. Cannot believe this. Anyway. Aru Village! Scarab. There we go.
Most materials going from Caravan Rebat to Aru Village would pass through here.
Okay.
There are a lot of monsters out here today. If you find it hard to keep up, just let us know.
Oh, don't worry about me. This is nothing. I'll be careful, though, and you should do the same.
If he breaks his back, I'm gonna laugh. I'm just gonna point that out right now. Yippee! Can you, like... This is just mushrooms. They're not that hard to defeat.
Site clear.
Yippee! Okay, he's just got a very unique, like...
Nowhere to run.
5. Press 5. Thank you. Whippy! Ow! That was rude.
I've been through worse.
I like how this is one of his lines. I've been through worse. Back away, back away, back away, back away, back away, back away, back away. And do the charge attack. Dun, dun. I like how he's like a helicopter. Gotcha. There we go. Oh, hi, MC Legend 13. Welcome. Oh, is he hurt? Oh no. I told you he was gonna get hurt. But hey, MC Legend 13, welcome to the stream. We're doing more Kaveh Hangouts today, and maybe we might do the Sumeru quest if we have time.
I'm fine. I've spent my entire life fighting these kinds of monsters in the desert after all. They won't get the best of me.
You grimaced.
But it's one thing to fight against monsters. and another to fight against an old injury. It's something I picked up when I was young. There were many fights between mercenary brigades back then, and one day someone stabbed me in the back.
Lovely.
I didn't think much of it back then, but with age, it's caught up to me. Few mercenaries get to enjoy their later years. Failing health tends to take the joy out of reputation and wealth, and many mercenaries never even made much of the latter to begin with.
Damn.
Is there someone you know who can help to look after you?
Unfortunately, no. My wife passed away at an early age, and I don't have any children.
Dang.
Sometimes I'd close my eyes and realize most of my life story has already been written. I have many regrets about my past, but at the same time, I also know that there were never many options for me in the first place.
Yeah, fair enough.
I joined the Eremites when I was young, and won many battles with them. My survival was more a matter of luck than actual ability. If at all possible, I want future children of the desert to have some more options in life.
True, fair
I
enough.
don't want them to turn out like me. My apologies. The older we get, the more we tend to ramble. Seems like we've already cleared out most of the monsters. Let's hurry over to Aru village.
Yes. Let's hurry over. But Daddy works in his house as he told. What's in your mind,
I
buddy?
think it's really admirable of him to spend his whole life savings on people he's never met.
Wow.
Maybe he's doing
that
this out of
admirable or
natural
stupid?
kindness. Kindness that hasn't been eroded away by the struggles of his life.
Doesn't that also sound like you, Kaveh? You're also that kind of person, which...
Perhaps. To clarify, though, I don't think I'm quite the same. Some people call me an idealist. I do have some sentiments of that general persuasion, such as wanting everyone to be able to lead a happy life.
Yeah.
But my situation is more complex than that.
Is it?
In the
Is it
beginning,
now?
What drove me to harbor those thoughts was less idealism and more a desire to make up for a sense of guilt.
Guilt of what?
When I was young, I impulsively encouraged my father to take part in the first Inter-Darshan Championship, hosted by the Academia. He set off confidently hoping to win something for me, but failed to clinch the title. What's more, he fell into depression after the competition, and requested to join an investigative research project in the desert.
But you don't know that him losing the tournament had anything to do with his depression. That could be unrelated. I guess we'll never know because your father's dead, but...
I never saw him again. Word has it that he got caught in quicksand. Even if other factors may have contributed to his death, the fundamental cause still circles back to me.
Oh, so you're saying your father's in one of those old ruins? We can find your dad. We can dig him up for you. Ain't no problem with that.
I started doing many things in life because I wanted to make amends. Even in cases where I couldn't do something for a specific person, I still did whatever I could. I think I just wanted to make myself feel a little better.
So, the guilt he feels for his father's death, he's trying to make that better with other people. But that's just making your life miserable.
At this point, even I don't know.
You can't spend your whole life trying to make other people happy all the time, because then you yourself won't be happy.
I've tried self-reflection, but it didn't help.
Then try again.
I can't seem to walk away from many things that I see or hear about, even if they don't directly concern me. And I can't quite pinpoint the source of it.
It's also called depression, homie. I think you also have, like, depression of some sorts.
Maybe it's just like what those Vahumana scholars often say. It's hard for people to truly understand themselves. I could be doing things out of endless guilt, or I could be doing them out of a strong sense of empathy. It could even just be a matter of conceit. The potential motivations could number in the dozens, but the actions they result in are the same.
I like how each one of these, like, hangout routes with Kaveh gets so deep.
Anyway, I suppose I don't really mind being called an idealist. They also used that term to describe my father. It seemed to carry fewer connotations back when he was around. I've known Alhaitham for many years now, and discussed my ideology with him for nearly as long. Maybe argued is a better word for it.
Yeah.
He told me a long time ago that no matter how strong of a swimmer you may be, you'll still get dragged under by the others who are drowning once you run out of stamina.
True.
He believes this is the fate that awaits all idealists.
Right, 1 second, guys. 1 second, chat. Right, just check a second. I don't think you'll get tracked down by being an idealist, but yeah, I mean, I guess he kind of has a point. Like, there's nothing wrong with being an idealist, but like, if you're just ignoring all practical situations, practical solutions, then
I still believe I should live by my ideals, and I've given him countless reasons why I think it's a good idea to do so. Perhaps my ideals are flawed, but are there really any perfect things in this world?
Nope.
Unfortunately, he remains unconvinced. His personality is the exact opposite of my own.
Exactly, that's probably
If
why you
someone
conflict.
happens to drown next to him, he'll most likely stand on the shore and mumble something along the lines of respecting other people's fates.
That's so mean! Kaveh, that's so mean! He's not just gonna stand by and let someone else drown. Oh my god. But he's got a point, like, those two are like... Those two, like, Alhaitham and Kaveh are like chalk and cheese. They're complete opposites of each other, so, like, their personalities are bound to conflict.
But as you can see, I'm not the only idealist in the world. Just as there are different seasons, there are also different people. There are many others who will continue to care about the fates of those who are not directly related to them. And when I finally run out of stamina, someone will also reach out and bring me back to shore.
That's a nice way of looking at it.
Someone will help me, right? Yes, I've already been helped like that before.
Well, you can't count on other people helping you all the time. But yes, there will always be someone in your life who will pick you up when you're falling down. Should I have a life preserver out the way? Sorry, why is that answer so funny?
Oh, please. It's not like we're actually talking about swimming. Also, just so you know, I actually took a swimming elective back in the day. Don't underestimate my skills.
I had to put that response because that was just too funny. Oh no, my V2 is from... God damn it. Sorry, 1 second, chat. That was funny. It's funny. I found that response really funny. Just give me a moment, chat. Sorry, I'm just fixing my VTuber real quick. There we go. She fixed itself in a second. There we go. Okay. Continuing on.
Either way, I'm feeling much better than when you first found me at the tavern. I can feel inspiration already welling up inside of me.
Yippee!
Maybe this will be just the opportunity I needed to create a whole new style.
Yippee!
All right, let's head to Aru Village.
Yippee! We did it! We's a happy bean! We've got a happy bean. Where are we going? Adu Village. Is there any teleports that I can just teleport to? Might be quicker. Oh, there we go. We've got a happy bean. Not all it. That's funny because one of my dogs is called Bean, but. Sup?
Now that we're here, it's my partner's time to shine. Marak!
Marak! Oh, he's so cute! Marak is adorable. Hey, look at him. He's so cute. It's a cute little briefcase.
Oh, what's this?
My toolbox. I built it using an ancient mechanical core. It's not too smart, but it's super useful and can help me with a variety of tasks.
No.
I'll take Marak and find a suitable location for the building. Once that is done, I'll get to work on a few designs.
Traveler?
Chitaria!
Ah, you know each other?
Hello. I suppose you must be Kaveh from Kasharwar. I have
I
heard
was
of
not
you
expecting
before.
Chitaria to show up.
My name is Sataria, and I'm currently the person in charge of promoting educational assistance programs here in the desert.
Educational assistance programs. Then you must be familiar with the local conditions here.
I can't say I'm too familiar just yet, but if you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them.
I've been commissioned by Mr. Badawi to build a library in the desert. We've settled on the general design direction, but we are trying to finalize some details based on the conditions around the intended location.
A library? Do you intend to open it to the public for free?
That's right. I want to make sure the children will have books to read.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's fantastic. I'm sure the children will be thrilled. Right now, we don't have access to many paper books or a quiet place to read. Truth be told, this very thing has been keeping me up at night.
Oh, she's so sweet. I like Sataria.
Let me get straight to my questions then. Can you estimate the number of children around here who'd be interested in reading? Besides the usual noise of village pedestrians, are there any other sources of noise in the village? Oh, and have any landslides occurred here recently? And also, where are the spots around the village that have
You
been
might
most
want to ask
affected
one
by
question
wind
at a time,
erosion?
Kaveh, and not bombard her with questions.
All right, that should be everything.
Okay, never mind. She answered them. I was expecting her to be like, whoa, whoa, slow down.
Badawi, let's go over the budget again. We'll keep the building structure the same, but make the place a little bigger, so it'll be able to hold more people and get better The parts
Sorry,
of the
I mean-
project that cost the most will be the insulation and ventilation materials. I'm sure you understand, no one likes to read in a place that's hot and stuffy. I want to make significant changes to the arrangement of the bookshelves, tables, and chairs. I'll go over the specifics of that shortly. I have two plans in mind.
Should I be
Both are
understanding any of
pretty
this? Because I'm
minimalist
just
in
sat here
style,
like,
but will provide a very different ambiance from the world outside. Our final cost should be around 70% of the last figure I quoted. The whole thing should take around half a year to complete. Marak has
Ain't
produced
bad.
a sketch for all of you to see. If everyone's okay with it, then we'll proceed with that as the formal plan.
You gonna use that, Kaveh?
The inspiration just came to me naturally. All I did was put thoughts to paper.
Nice.
I must give you credit, though. If it weren't for your advice and suggestions, I probably wouldn't have landed on this new style so quickly.
You got it, buddy.
According to the traditions of my profession, I should probably name this style after you. Let's call it the Traveler style.
Kevin style.
Meantime, let's look forward to the day when this building is completed and can finally open its doors.
Yippee! Yippee! Oh, that's a cute building. It's got like the roof is like a book. It's like a open book. That's really clever. Okay, are we good? What time are we at? We'll be showing for like an hour and a half. Do we do a last one? Okay, what route do we have left? Let me see. No, I don't want wishes. I want that. Okay, so what route? Okay, so it's here. This is the route we haven't done yet. There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing else. Which means we have the heart of the tavern, and I guess we just choose all the opposite choices at the tavern. I'm not really sure. I can always rewind if this is not how things goes. Go to the tavern and look for Kaveh. There's a lot. I think the one annoying thing about the Hangouts is there's a lot of talking and a lot less gameplay, which is the only real problem I do have with it. Is like, especially when Kaveh was talking there about architecture, and I'm just sat there like, am I supposed to be understanding any of this? Which is, you know, kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just landed on the... Cool. Right, tavern. Let's do the last Kaveh route. And I'll end the stream after I've done the last Kaveh route, because I don't want to be streaming for too long today. I might stream tomorrow, but we'll see. Kaveh!
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever.
You okay, buddy?
Oh, hey. I wasn't expecting to run into you here. Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern?
I followed you here.
So you saw all that, did you? Ugh, I thought I was in the clear. I made sure to double check that nobody I knew was around.
Well, you were already blind because we were sat like
Anyway,
three feet
thanks
away
for
from
looking
you.
out for me. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm used to it by now. Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss, I'll have a glass of wine. Same as last time. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
I'll have a Bacardi and Coke.
Wine and a glass of juice coming right up.
I'm kidding. I don't know.
I know you're already keeping a secret from me, but if you could add this one, that guy though.
Should I just skip ahead until...
Another
Yeah, let me
glass.
just skip
You
ahead
got
real
it.
quick.
It really is, but perhaps getting. I would spend a lot. I suppose though, all of this make.
Here's your drink.
Boss,
The meaning of, anyway. I don't know.
what do you think?
The meaning of... I guess I'll just do this one.
No worries. It was just an offhand question. It's been bothering me for a while.
I'm just gonna
Even
choose
when
all
I'm
the
awake,
options I haven't
the
chosen.
question haunts me like a.
Like a simple suggestion. Yes. What am I supposed to choose? There's just something else to clear your mind, I guess.
Sounds great to me. I don't even.
Oh, looking into another career. That's the option I haven't chosen yet.
A different career. I see. That's not a bad idea. I think I've heard.
I was expecting him to be
before.
really defensive at that.
80% of a working adult's woes are due to not having enough mora in the bank.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, I was expecting him to get really defensive at that.
It's just a saying, of course, but even I will admit that my life would be a lot better if I could make additional mora.
You could get like a part-time job on top of being an architect, couldn't you? Like, you could work in the tavern
And if
part-time
I
or
want to make
something.
mora, I should finish that ridiculous commission. But I really can't find it in me to go back and talk to him right now.
And don't.
Hold on. I just remembered that I used to have a senior classmate by the name of Alkami. If memory serves me right, he's no longer taking private commissions, but he's still doing pretty well for himself. Maybe I'll be able to get some advice from him. Yeah, I should get on this right away. No more wine for me today. I'll grab the bill and be on my way.
I thought it ended just then. I seriously thought that the last one was gonna end just then. With him being like, I'm gonna go talk to my friend. Bye. His name is Alchemy, and that's kind of funny. Right. Let's go talk to him, I guess. We go this way. Yippee! What's up, dude? Hi.
Ah, Kaveh, it's you. It's been a while. What have you been up to recently?
I think my thing's frozen. 1 second. Is it frozen? Yeah, it's frozen. 1 second. Sorry, 1 second, chat. Let me fix my thing. There we go, fixed it. It's fixed. There we go, it's fixed. Fine, we got it.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Alkami. Things haven't changed much for me. I'm still taking private commissions for all kinds of projects.
I heard that you were the genius behind the Palace of Alcazazare. I bet you're all set for Mora after a project of that size.
No.
Well, it's hard to make a profit from every project, you know?
Hard to make a profit? You've got to be joking. I've never met an architect who didn't make a profit from a project. Unless the client fled before they paid the commission fee in full. But that doesn't sound right either. Doesn't Dory have a pretty decent reputation in our local business circles? I don't think she's ever been involved in any kind of big scandal.
That's what she wants you to believe.
Well, about that. I mean, it was complicated.
It's a great
I understand.
conversation.
Either way, doing one project after another sure gets exhausting over the years, huh? I've been there, so I can feel your pain. I mean, I obviously never had your reputation to live up to. That must have been stressful. But I'm sure we faced all the same problems. Trying to keep your client in a good mood while you're trying to stop them from micromanaging things they don't know the first thing about. I don't miss it. Thankfully, that's all behind me now.
Did you start a new career?
Well, not exactly. My work is still closely related to architecture.
No.
Judging from the look
Okay.
on your face, you're still strapped for Mora. That's quite unfortunate.
That's quite
You're the most
unfortunate.
artistically gifted graduate the Kasharawar Darshan has seen in decades. But it looks like you still have a lot to learn in terms of making Mora. With that said, us Kasharawar grads should still look out for each other.
The amount of times he says,
Told you
in
about
the
an
sentence
idea
is
that'll
funny.
absolve you of all your Mora troubles going forward.
Are you serious? But something like that has got to be some kind of top-level business secret. Are you sure you can just share something like that with me? Besides, I don't want to just take something like that without offering anything in return. I still have a little Mora. Or is there something that I can help you with?
Oh my god.
Oh, you're too kind. This is just a simple tip. Even if I didn't bring it up, I'm sure you'd hear it from the others sooner or later. The idea is this. I recently opened up a training center with the goal of educating people in architecture design.
You want to be a
Compared to the
teacher?
classes taught by those old fossils at the academia, my classes are more condensed and streamlined and will allow people to quickly get their foot in the door. Unlike the academia, I won't turn down anyone who's interested, rich or poor. As long as someone wishes to learn more about architecture, I'll accept them into my training center.
Aww.
It just so happens that I'm still looking for a few more instructors.
I was going to offer Kaveh a job as an instructor.
What do you say? Interested in coming over to give a few lectures? Regardless of the pay, I can already guarantee that it'll be far more comfortable than working on random people's private commission.
Probably.
Ah, so you want me to join you as an instructor? That does sound like something I'd be able to do. Sounds like a pretty stable job, too. What do you think, Traveler?
At least you don't have to deal with clients anymore. I think you can give it a go.
Then it's a deal.
Yes, it's a deal. Thank you, Alkami.
Oh, like I said, there's no need to thank me for this. The lecture room is not far from here, so you can just come straight here tomorrow morning. As for the pay, how about we start at 300,000 more per lecture?
300,000? Are you serious? How could you offer so much?
It would seem that you're still oblivious to your own economic worth.
Yeah, you've got to know your own
Is
worth,
nothing
Kaveh.
compared
Come
to the
on.
prestige of having the light of Kasharawar as one of my
I'm very
instructors.
quiet in this. I don't like the fact that I'm
300,000
just sat
is
here
also
listening to him
just the
talk.
base rate. Just trust me on this. The longer you stick with me, the more you'll come to understand your true value in the market.
Why does this sound
I have to go
dodgy?
make
I
some
don't know.
preparations now. See you tomorrow.
Cool. See you tomorrow.
I was never particularly close with Alkami when we were in school. Who would have thought that he'd be so nice and friendly? I've hosted free lectures before, but this would be my first time being hired to lecture for a formal business. 300,000 mora per lecture. Whew. I'm so excited that I'm starting to get nervous. Thanks so much.
Do I have to join you? I don't know anything about
I think
architecture.
I will be able to relax a bit more with a friend in the audience. Now, what should I talk about tomorrow? Some lessons I've learned over the past few years? I should probably save those for later. For my first lecture, I should start by getting them more interested in the field. Alright, let's meet here again tomorrow morning. I should hurry home and create some kind of lesson plan. If I'm going to become an instructor, I should make sure I show up prepared.
Yeah. Well, this is not where I saw things going, but sure, this works. There goes me thinking I would make Kaveh mad. You're like, you should switch your careers. He's like, all right, bet. I get paid. I get paid riches. I'm waiting for something to go wrong. Where is what did it say? Wait until 7 tomorrow. There you go. Yippee! I'm glad we're getting to know a lot more about Kaveh, though. I do really like Kaveh. Go to the training center. Where is it? Is it up here? Oh, Alkami. Okay. There we go.
Oh. I didn't expect you two to get here so early.
I was up last night preparing for the lecture, but I ended up getting so excited that I couldn't fall asleep. Here, I've prepared a lesson plan. Do you want to take a look?
Lesson plan? The training center has already developed its own set of teaching materials. Instead of using your own plan, you can just use what we have here. Of course, you're always welcome to work in some of your own content to add some fun and flavor.
You could have told him that beforehand.
Sure. Be my guest.
Let me... a second. The materials cover a variety of architectural knowledge. At first glance, nothing appears to be amiss.
It's almost time for the lecture to start. Feel free to head in and start the class whenever you're ready.
The fact that it says not at first glance, nothing appears to be amiss. I'm waiting for something to go wrong now. This feels too good to be true.
Huh. So you've already developed your own set of teaching materials. Seems like I won't need the stuff I've prepared after all. Anyway, shouldn't be a problem. I'll just go ahead and use your materials.
Yeah, he's been...
There's something else I want to ask, though. This isn't going to be a large class, is it?
No need to stress. There are only 20 people in this class. There are 14 classes at my training center. Out of all of them, the first class has the best grades, so I've directed them to you. We'll see how well they take to your lectures.
20 people, huh? All right. I think I can handle that.
Come here. Come here. Sorry, Bubbles. I'm waiting for something to go wrong.
One
I'm
last
just
thing.
waiting for it.
In
I
the
have a
interest
gut
of keeping a
feeling.
quiet learning space, only instructors and students are allowed in the classroom when class is in session. I'm sorry to say this, but your friend will have to wait outside while you teach the class.
It's okay, I think I take a book anyway.
Sorry about that. I'll meet you at the door when the class is over then.
Okay, I don't have to. Is Alchemy really as nice as he seems? I should probably ask around a bit. Yeah, he knows that something's dodgy. That's what I. What's up? Settle down. I know what will happen if I let you out of my room, dog. You're just going to come back in again. So just settle down, okay? Yeah, something feels dodgy about this. This seems too good to be true. I could that. I could this. Something's dodgy. Hi, Adam.
Hey there. Can I help you? Oh, Alchemy? You mean that rich guy who's been making quite the name for himself? Yeah, he commissioned a set of furniture from me a while back. Paid a great deal of mora for it, too. I heard he earned a fortune working as a renowned architect. Now he's opened a training center so others can follow in his footsteps. If the tuition wasn't sky high, I'd enroll my child in a heartbeat. Architecture really sounds like a lucrative profession.
So there is a high tuition fee. I kind of figured. Whereas he said before that anyone can join his classes. Hi, Adil.
Did you hear? Alchemy recruited Kaveh to be an instructor.
I bet that'll boost his enrollment numbers.
Really makes you jealous, eh? If you think about it, Alchemy was never that talented himself as an architect. If we're just talking about professional skill, no one would pay for a class with him.
That's true, but you've got to admit, his advertisements are really effective. After all, the academia only admits those who can pass its entrance exam, so only a few people could hope to study architecture in the halls of the Kasharwar. For those who can't pass the exam, or who just want to jump straight into the industry, the training center is the best bang for the mora.
Man, to have that kind of business acumen.
Interesting. He just sounds like he's very much a businessman and not interested in the...
All right, everyone. There's no need to be nervous. Class is over, so we can just chat for a bit. I shouldn't have lost my temper during the lecture. Did I scare anybody?
No, you weren't scary at all, Mr. Kaveh. We were just a bit lost and didn't get what you were talking about.
My dog's just staring at me. Come here. Come here. Up. She wants to be let out of my room, bless her. 1 second. Yeah, you want to go out? I know what happened. You're coming up on my door again. You want to come back in? There we go. There we go. Okay, does something happen, Kaveh?
Oh, don't get me started. I was trying to use Alchemy's materials, so I flipped through some pages and gave them a closer look. The more I read, the more upset I became.
No.
Alchemy may fool an amateur, but he can't fool anyone who's active in our profession. The materials he made are completely useless for teaching real architecture.
Why'd you say that?
In my opinion, the most important skill of an architect is their ability to craft a design. In other words, they must be able to conceptualize ideas.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Is my thing just... No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a delay.
There are tens of thousands of buildings in the world, as well as a countless number of architectural styles. Some designs emphasize aesthetics, while others prioritize practicality.
Right.
The architects who can critically evaluate the quality and fit of different designs are those who can come up with great designs of their own. But you won't get any of that from the teaching materials they're using here.
Right.
All these students are doing in class is rote memorization of existing designs. They are learning nothing about the underlying principles. How can they
Okay.
expect to become real architects? When they're done with this class, all they'll become are dilettantes with a pitiful smattering of architectural knowledge.
But Mr. Kaveh, we didn't really understand anything you said after you threw away the materials either. What's the big deal anyway? It's not like we're looking to make some works of art. We just want to make some Mora.
You're studying architecture to make Mora?
I think you're taking this a bit personally.
Yeah. Why else would we be studying here? My biggest dream is to become someone like Mr. Alkami. Once I finally make my fortune in architecture, I'll be able to buy anything I like.
Huh. In that case, I'm afraid you'll probably be disappointed. The reality is that the work of an architect is very difficult, and the pay is not lucrative at all. Believe me, I'm a perfect example.
But how? Mr. Alkami just told us last night that you made a killing by building the Palace of Alcazarzare. He also said that as long as we graduate from his class, waves upon waves of people will reach out to us with private commissions, and we can just sit back and wait for Mora to fill up our pockets.
So he's basically lying to children.
It won't be long.
That's why I
before
like this
can put
kid's
these
voice.
Miserable days behind me.
Come on. And you all believed everything he said?
But Mr. Alkami is really rich, isn't he?
You... It's pointless trying to argue this with you right now. You've already filled your heads with pipe dreams. Let's go, traveler. Let's hear about Alkami's true plans from the man himself.
Let me grab out Nikita. I want to see if I can scan the kids and see what they're thinking.
Time to broaden the horizons again.
I feel like I probably should have been doing that from earlier on, but whatever.
That palace Mr. Kaveh drew in class earlier was really amazing.
Aww.
When can we finally graduate? I just want to get out of this place and start making some Mora.
You're like 5 years old!
I'll try going over the stuff Mr. Kaveh taught us once I get back home. I mean, it can't hurt.
Huh.
Now that the word is out, I'm sure more students will sign up for classes.
Oh, he's basically just using Kaveh for clout. That's what he's doing. He's using...
What's wrong, Kaveh? You look quite flustered. Did one of my students offend you?
He's basically using Kaveh's renowned, like his fame, and just using it for himself.
Were the students not astute enough for your liking? I must implore you to go a bit easier on them. After all, they're nothing like the genius scholars you're used to dealing with at the academia. We don't need to strive for perfect understanding. As long as some knowledge has been passed on, that's good enough.
Yeah, I'm mad at them. But I'm even more upset that you're scamming people under the guise of teaching them about architecture. The students are all here hoping for a quick way to make money. But we both know that an architect's life is hard and exhausting. Just a little while ago, I was toiling over the 6th draft of a design for a client. If your client is unhappy, you can't break ground. And the longer a project goes, the longer it takes for you to get paid in full. What's worse, if your client disappears in the middle of a project, good luck getting anything from them ever again. You know all of this just as well as I do. Why lie to them?
Look, Kaveh, you may be the light of Ksharawar, but like I said, you still have a lot to learn about making Mora.
That doesn't excuse scamming people.
You may deny it all you want, but it's a fact that in today's Sumeru, architecture is a terrible profession.
Not really, no.
Our clients care very little for the effort we pour into our designs. Instead of appreciating us, they spend all their time nitpicking details and demanding changes, often forcing all kinds of ridiculous ideas onto us.
And it's because some of them are just generally stupid.
I suppose that's more or less true. Go on.
Why should we cling on to a profession that's difficult and unrewarding? If the field is dying, then a person who still wants to make a good living will just have to change their strategy. If it's near impossible to make money as an architect, then why not just establish a training center and train other people to become architects in our stead?
Wait, how does that make any sense? Aren't you just leading them into the same trap?
Exactly.
We are already stuck, my friend. The more people we can lead into this pit and stack as padding beneath our feet, the more comfortable our lives will be.
So instead of making money from architecture, you made money from your students?
That's right. And making money as an architect is a slow and agonizing process. In comparison, earning tuition from a training center is far easier. None of the
So you're
students
still
will ever
scamming
know,
people?
however.
You piece of
In
shit.
their eyes, all of my income was earned during my years as an architect. It's easy for them to fall for my promise. After all, everyone wants to live the dream of being the person who can spend millions without batting an eye. The more students I get, the more money I earn. And the more real that dream becomes.
Damn, he's really...
And then what? Once they graduate, they'll still find out the truth about architecture and struggle to stay afloat amid all the problems we already talked about. When that happens, your facade will pop like a soap bubble. No one will believe you anymore.
Ah, but that's just one way to look at the problem. No two people have the same amount of talent. Even if they fail to strike gold in the future, you can't say that it's my fault and mine alone.
Well, it is, because you're scamming them. You're lying to them.
Oh, and also, I never actually promised that they would achieve financial freedom as long as they become architects. All I did was nudge them towards that belief.
You did promise them... What the fuck is this guy on?
Scared if they do come back and stir up trouble. My training center has all the required permits and certifications. Even the Dendro Archon herself couldn't find fault in any part of my business.
Well, apart from the fact you're lying to them and scamming them?
How can you sleep at night knowing that you're doing all this? Tell me, is your heart carved out of brick and stone? I can't believe that I once saw you as a decent human being. I am beyond
He's so
disappointed in you.
upset, bless him.
And the same goes to you. How many years has it been since you graduated from the academia? If you still can't accept something like this, do you just plan on keeping that worthless naivete of yours until the end of time? Only fools will see art as revered and sacred.
Okay, well, that's just rude.
Art is just another business. Being successful at running a business is an art form in itself.
This guy is just losing the plot.
I urge you to think about what I've said.
No.
Offloading your pain onto others is the only way a person can live comfortably in this world.
Damn.
As the light of the Ksharowa, you've accumulated plenty of fame and respect. It's high time that you use those resources to improve the circumstances of your own life.
This guy is exhausting. Very articulate.
I still believe our collaboration could be very fruitful.
This guy is literally the most exhausting person. Maybe it's just architects. Maybe architects are just generally exhausting to talk to. What do you plan to do next?
I'm so mad. I feel a headache coming on. There's nothing more I can say to him. I'll resign from my position as instructor.
You'll give up tomorrow?
Of course. I'm sure you've realized that as long as I remained at this center, he would be able to use my name to advertise this place. Even if I just sit back and do nothing, others will be deceived and suffer because of me. He is right about one thing, though. These kinds of training centers are everywhere. And even if the academia was to find out about it, it's unlikely that they would take any real action against it. The most that they could accuse him of is false advertising. And even that would be hard to prove.
Well, they could also, you know... Well, it's not really that hard to prove, because he was advertising it being, not free education, but, like, education for anyone. But he failed to mention the tuition fees, so you could report him for the tuition fees. Just saying. there's something strange about all of this.
Oh? Did you notice something else?
Some of the students didn't appear to be very wealthy. Not everyone should be able to pay such exorbitant tuition fee. That's what I'm saying.
You've got a
Yeah,
point.
that's what I'm saying. It's the fees are ridiculous.
The rate he gave me was 300,000 mora per lecture. That probably came out of the students' tuition. And who knows just how much he's been charging the students for attending his classes. If you're gambling everything on making it rich as an architect, are you really going to have the mora to pay for that kind of tuition?
We can try asking the students.
Right. We should hurry. The students didn't believe a word I was telling them. They're still daydreaming about making millions. We're never going to get any information from them again if we let Alkami talk to them first. Let's move now before he's had the chance to react.
Just do it.
Oh, Mr. Kaveh? What are you doing back here?
Class finished a while ago, but you're still here. Why haven't you gone home?
I wanted to stay for a little longer. I'm still thinking about everything you taught during the class. Even though a lot of it went right over my head, I still thought the houses you drew were really pretty.
Of course they were. All the examples I drew were world-famous landmarks. Each one was the magnum opus. It's a good thing that you could recognize them for their beauty. The accumulation of knowledge is the first step to artistic expression.
Anyway,
Resonate?
yeah, I'm skipping.
Yes. When I first got into architecture, there were many things about it that I couldn't understand at all. I would find a building to be beautiful, but have no idea what made it so good. And for most people, just being able to admire a building is enough.
Can we get to the point of, like, asking how they paid for their fees?
Learn to assess. Going from admiration to assessment will take a lot of time and specialized knowledge. And I'm afraid that some super...
Just as I thought. Becoming an architect won't be as easy as Mr. Alkami made it out to be, right?
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to crush your dreams. All I want to tell you is that an architect's life is not as carefree and easy as others may make it out to be.
I understand. Thank you for telling me the truth, Mr. Kaveh. I think I'll still stay here for the time being, though, since my family still hasn't paid everything off.
Paid off what?
Sorry, I can't say anything more. Mr. Alkami made it very clear that anyone who talks about it will be kicked out of the class.
Don't listen to him. I am the most famous architect in Sumeru. If he kicks you out, then I'll just take you in instead.
Really?
Why would I pull your leg? I can see you have some talent. So as long as you get your fundamentals down, you should be able to pass the entrance exam and continue your studies at the academia.
Then please keep this a secret for me, Mr. Kaveh. Truth be told, my family is not very well off, so we couldn't really afford the tuition for this class. Mr. Alkami was the one who reached out to my parents. He told them that he knew a merchant by the name of Bahar and that we could get a loan from him. He told all the students that once we graduate, people would come flocking to commission us for projects. If everything went well, we'd be able to pay off everything in just a few years, and all the more we make after that would be ours.
How much did your family borrow from this merchant?
I think it was several million mora.
Several million? Holy shit!
And what was the interest rate?
I'm not really sure. My parents were the ones who signed the contract. All I know is that the stack of papers was as thick as a slab of rock.
Something doesn't feel right about this.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling too. Something about the whole thing feels dastardly familiar. We need to find that merchant to confirm. But if we were to confront him right now, there's no way he'd admit to anything.
We can pretend to be potential customers.
Good idea. Hey, tell me, do you know where we'd be able to find this merchant?
We last saw him on the north shore of Port Ormos. Who knows if he's still in that area, though.
Well, it'd still be worth taking a look. Architecture... No. The arts shouldn't be used as bait for a scam.
Exactly. You tell him,
We
Kaveh.
need to do something before the students...
Cool. Can we go now? I like... Oh, he's over there. Okay. Is there a teleporter? Not really. That's annoying. Okay. That's annoying! Oh, hey, look. Maybe... I'm looking to get the Sumeru wings, so I don't have to, I can actually put the proper neat wings on the heater. Also, I find Hangouts such weird things to do because, like, maybe it's just with Kaveh's because he's talking so much about, like, his field of interest, and I just don't understand architecture. I just don't. But hey-ho. Hey, Facker.
Oh. I don't think I've ever seen you guys before. Here for business?
Yeah, fuck you, man.
You're Fahar, right?
Yes.
Oh,
May I
Fahar.
ask who introduced you?
Alkami. My friend here wants to enroll in his architecture class, but they're a bit short on money. Alkami told us you're the man to go to in this kind of situation.
Oh, sounds like his business is booming. How much do you need?
Let me see. I'd say around 3 million mora.
Oof. You call that a bit short on money? Anyway, since you're here because of Alkami, I can work things out for you. Make sure you sign the contract, though. Lots of people are borrowing money from me nowadays.
What contract?
Ah, here you go. Don't worry, there's nothing particularly unusual about it.
No, not at all!
All you need to do is pay back the loan in full within 3 years.
And what if they won't be able to pay it back?
What do you mean, won't be able to pay it back? Once you graduate from Alkami's place, you'll be making millions of mora a year. Easy! At that point, paying this off will be a piece of cake.
So is that really it? You really expect people to fall for that scam?
Even if you were to run into some difficulties and need to delay the installments, it's no big deal. We're all reasonable people here. If you can't pay quickly, you can just pay it back over a longer period. All that would change is your interest rates would get a little higher. It's hard work running a business. If we're taking risks to supply you with mora, it's only fair that you take on a bit of the financial risk as well. Anyway, there's no point in tying yourself in knots over the contract. With the way you're reading every single line, it's like you're worried you're about to get scammed out of your whole life savings. Why would I lie to you? Tons of students at Alkami's place have signed the contract. Aren't they all doing pretty well for themselves?
No.
I just did some calculations in my head. When you say the interest will get a little higher, do you mean it'll get higher than 30%? Of course, the contract did a great job of trying to obfuscate that fact. It only listed the amount that you'll have to repay every day, which gives the false impression that the amount hasn't actually increased by all that much. If you actually do the math, however,
he's so furious!
Pay on interest alone will amount to hundreds of thousands of mora per year. Most people can't even make that much mora in a year. Your greed really knows no bounds. Even my creditor doesn't dare to raise rates that high. Once a family's signed on to a scheme like this, there's no getting out.
What are you trying to say, huh?
The match will happily answer that question.
I figured something was off when two well-dressed people came looking for a loan. Think you got the better of me? Too many people are sticking their noses where they don't belong these days. Luckily for me, though, this is a pretty secluded spot. Hey, come out and teach these guys a lesson!
Eremites. I've already fought off more than my fair share of them when I was working in the desert.
Oh, what's being said? Oh, hello, Lammy Lamb. Am I pronouncing that right? I don't know. But welcome to the stream. Hi, you look like Mimikyu. I'm a Pichu. Yes, hello, hi, I'm a Pichu. Not quite a Mimikyu, but I know what you mean. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're trying to get through the Kaveh Hangouts, and Yeah, he's kind of pissed off at the moment.
There are only a few of them, so they shouldn't pose much of a threat. Marak, you're up.
Marak! Marak!
Where do you think you're going?
Ow. That was rude.
Sight clear.
Yippee! Do you think Sino's gonna show up? Ow, that was rude.
Scanning.
Catching a merchant.
Who are you and what do you want?
They want to beat your ass.
I don't think we've done anything to hurt or offend you. So why go this far to destroy my livelihood?
You haven't done anything to hurt or offend us. Bitch, you tried to ambush us with mercenaries just now.
Debt has the power to upend your whole life. I know very well just how miserable living in debt can be.
Yup, pretty much. Stand back, Arthur. I'm going to mob. Stand back, Alhaitham. I'm going to mob.
But my debts are the culmination of many
I can't even keep a straight face saying that.
And my interest rate is still somewhat reasonable. As long as I continue to work with my situation in mind, my debts will eventually be paid off. But these students are different. They have neither the mental preparation nor the financial resources to pay back a debt like this. You sold the dreams of becoming an architect to the students as bait, urging them to take on insurmountable amounts of debt to satisfy your greed.
Yeah.
Ha! Everyone knows there's no such thing as a free lunch. It's their own fault for falling into the trap. And if we're going to talk about greed, aren't those students the ones who are blinded by it? They completely ignore the risk that's right there in front of them.
That's no excuse for your actions.
Ha! And here comes the silver tongue. Surely you use that to reel in the students as well. Even now, many of them are still hopelessly dreaming of striking gold after they graduate. People grow by learning from their mistakes. I hope this will be a valuable lesson to them. Let's head back to the academia and turn this guy over to the Matra. They should be able to link him with Alkami's business.
Cool. Oh yeah, because of the contracts. You bring whoever that guy is to the academia.
Sino? Didn't think I would run into you
I
here.
knew he would show up because he's one of the Matra.
My vacation just ended not too long ago, so I'm going over some cases at the academia. Who's this?
Yeah, you describe everything that's happened.
I see. Charging an interest rate over 30% indeed constitutes a crime, as it is highly likely that Alkami is also benefiting from this scheme. The Matra will open an investigation on him as well. The training center will be closed until further notice. Any funds we manage to recover from the suspects will be returned to the students. It's unclear how much we'll be able to get back, however, given their extravagant spending.
Damn.
That should still be enough. Once the students realize the error of their ways, they won't fall so easily for such traps in the future.
Well, you'd hope at least.
Anyway, thank you for your help. I hope this won't be too much trouble for you.
It's no trouble. Just another day at work.
Yeah, it is his
How
job.
did you two get tangled up in this anyway?
Alkami tried to hire Kaveh as one of his instructors.
Did you accept any mora from him?
He promised to pay me 300,000 mora per lecture, but I resigned as soon as I finished the first session. I didn't take a single coin.
Ah, that's good.
Hmm? What do you mean, that's good? Would you have taken me into custody as well if I had actually accepted any mora?
I wouldn't have gone that far. But, had he insisted that you were also an active participant in his schemes, under our rules, we would have been required to open an investigation on you as well.
That's fair, to be fair, that's fair. I love Kaveh. Kaveh, he is a house cat, not gonna lie. Yeah. Pretty much.
Either way, though, I believe you are innocent in all of this.
had you actually been alright with making money through less than noble means, your life wouldn't be the mess it currently is.
True.
Hey, what was that? What do you mean my life is a mess?
It's a mess, Kaveh. Just accept it.
Never mind. Your life is fine.
You're just messing with me now, aren't you?
Let's get back to business. If Alkami's case can be successfully resolved, you'll be eligible for a monetary reward from the academia. Don't forget to pick it up after the fact.
Huh. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I never would have guessed. What I'm trying to say is that we didn't report Alkami because we thought we could make some more off of it.
The reward will be given regardless of your personal motivations. It was implemented with the intent of encouraging people to supply tips to the Matra.
Fine.
Hey, he's
anything
getting a
else?
bit happier now.
I want to go back to the training center one more time and talk to some of the kids.
Sure, but you should wait until tomorrow. My subordinates will shut down the center today, and summon the students to gather information on the total amount of Mora they've lost in the scam.
Damn.
All right, then I'll stay out of their way. I can talk to the kids tomorrow.
Okay.
I have a few other things to take care of, so I'll be off for now. If you want to follow up on this case, just come find me again. Or ask one of the Matra.
Okay.
That should finally
So,
be the end
chat,
of
can I
that.
find
Who would've
Sino
thought it
just
would
standing
turn out
around
like
somewhere?
this? All I wanted was to find a new gig and earn some Mora.
Bro is in debt. If that's not a mess, then I don't want to see his understanding of what a mess is. Yeah, true. That is a very good point.
To think Alkami would sink this low. It's still. I think I feel a little better now than when you found me back at the tavern.
Oh, how so? It's not like you've just gone through absolute hell.
It's a little ironic, but you could say it's because I've realized that there are many circumstances in the world that are even worse than my own. Now that I've seen such things firsthand, I suppose I've earned a new sense of appreciation for my life.
Oh, isn't that
How
nice?
should I put it? I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to my profession.
Yep.
So I often argue with my clients. The arguments are usually extremely frustrating. And every once in a while, I'd wonder if I only became an architect because fate wanted me to pay for some sins I'd committed in a previous life.
Right, okay.
Alkami's suggestion would have allowed me to quit my life as an architect and earn money solely from my reputation. But now that I've experienced that for myself, I can confidently say that I'd never want to do it again.
And that's why he thinks you're too rigid when it comes to making more.
Every scholar has their own sense of pride and a line that they don't like to cross. Of course, when faced with the vicissitudes of life, some will surrender these things to seek a more comfortable life. I can understand that. Just speaking for myself, though, I don't think that's something I'd ever be able to do. The voice in my heart would just keep repeating one thing. The moment I turn away from my dreams would be the moment my career ends.
I don't think Sino's around, but I'm not sure. Okay, no worries. I didn't get all the endings. I think this is the last ending I'm doing currently. This is the last ending. So in the last stream I did last week, I did the first 2 endings. And in this stream I've done the last 3. So hold on. Oh no, my thing's lost connection. 1 second, guys. Connect. Let me just reconnect my face cam. 1 second, it's frozen. There we go. Fixed it, okay.
If I stopped devoting everything to my creative activities, I'd be able to lead a more comfortable life. But at the same time, my sense of intuition and understanding for the arts would also begin to degrade. At that point, any materialistic ease I may have gained in life would just become another form of torment. In comparison,
Honestly,
my
with the
current life
amount...
comes with its share of difficulties, but at least I'd never have to deal with that kind of existential reckoning.
Kaveh needs a hug? He does. He does. The poor bean needs a hug. But, like, the one problem I have with Hangouts is they talk so much that I don't have the brain capacity to like, comment on every little thing. Like, with Kaveh, bless him, he's a passionate architect, but I don't understand anything about architecture, so I'm just sat here like, I don't have anything to properly say about it. So I've just been, I feel like I've been very quiet this stream, and I apologise for that. It's good to taste truth to yourself.
I appreciate it. You may call me conceited for this, but I would also like to think I'm talented enough to be able to lead a decent life without compromising my pride.
Okay.
It's certainly not easy, but I want to keep at it.
Fair enough.
My thanks again for being such a great help throughout all of this. I'm planning to pay another visit to those kids tomorrow. Want to come with me?
Sure!
Alright, I'll see you tomorrow then. Get some good rest.
Shh. Okay. Okay, wait, so Sino's not around, you said? Yeah, it doesn't, I can't see him around anywhere. Doesn't look like it. Okay, we can just wait until tomorrow. They become the citizens. They become the citizen of Yap. Pretty much. Oh, 8 o'clock. Dang it. There we go. Man, he gets up early. Where are we going? Okay, all the way over there. I'm gonna teleport. It's teleport over there. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I did that last time. I just teleported over here and went the wrong way. Yippee! I just killed all those kids.
I never would have guessed Mr. Alkami was a scammer.
The training center has been shut down, and the Macher have promised to return some of our tuition. But we've already spent so much time on this class. What should we do next?
Enroll in the academia.
Mr. Kaveh said we can keep working on our fundamentals and try to get into the academia. Ha! Easier said than done. If it was easier to get into the academia, none of us would have signed up for the class in the first place.
1 second. If there's a stream tomorrow, I will be there. Nice. Oh, you gotta go. No worries, Lemmet. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Only the best of
I might be streaming tomorrow. We'll see. We'll have to see.
On their own. Mr. Kaveh might be willing to teach us.
Why? What reason does he have to stick around?
So, you're the only ones that showed up today, huh?
Huh? Kaveh's here!
Now, that's Mr. Kaveh to you. I'm here as your instructor, so let's keep things a little more proper. I'll keep instructing you for a while longer. You can pass on the message to the other students. As long as someone wants to come, they can join the class. Oh, also, I'm usually pretty busy, so I'll only be able to teach architecture fundamentals on my days off. Another disclaimer, I can't promise that you'll all be able to understand everything I'm going to teach. Architecture is not an easy profession. Aesthetics aside, even the basics of safe design can already be a handful for most people. If you want to design safe buildings, you'll have to go through a systematic study of structural engineering. And just as a heads up, all of this will be a huge step up from the superficial stuff you were learning before. It'll take both talent and perseverance to get through the course. I don't want to hear anyone say that I didn't warn you.
We'll try our best.
Aw, that's sweet. If that were me, if I was starting in this audience as a kid, I'd be like, good day or night. No, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's like, what, 20 to 9 right now? Yeah. Yeah, appreciate it. Good. Have a good day or night or whatever you are. Evening, morning, I don't know. Have a good Have a good life, Lamalam. Appreciate it.
It seems some of you are really serious about this after all.
Yeah, if I was one of those kids in the audience then, and I just listened to Kaveh and just go on those warnings, I'd be like, right, peace out, I'm done.
All right, everyone, pack your stuff up. No need to prepare much for today's class. We're going to go on a quick field trip.
Where to?
You'll know once we get there. Come on, let's get going. We'll be off once everyone's grabbed their pencils and sketch pads.
You gonna have him build like the Palace of Alcazar or something? Where are we going? Oh no, it's literally just important. I had to be careful not to activate that quest. Yippee! I think I should be okay. Can I land on the boat? Will it let me land on the boat? Oh, hey, it does. I don't think I've actually been over here yet. There we go.
This lighthouse has been around for a long time.
That's not a lighthouse.
And I handled its renovations when I first graduated from the academia.
That's the building. Okay, if you look in one of Kaveh's hangout routes, I think it's if you're looking through his like mum's box of like memoirs, he takes out like building blocks, like a notebook, and then there's a picture he takes out that he drew as like a 5-year-old. That it's of that building. I've just realized now it's of that building.
The point of today is not so much about the lighthouse as a building, however. I just want you to take a look at it and do a bit of self-reflection. If you were tasked today with designing a building, how would you want it to look like? Don't think about how you'd actually go about building it for now. Just put your ideas to paper and draw the prettiest building that comes to your mind.
So, it can be, any kind of building?
Yep, as long as you think it'd look good. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a building. If you want, you can draw trees, the ocean, or even a garden area. Draw whatever you'd like.
What's the point of this exercise?
In my experience, it's best to approach the study of architecture from a point of personal interest.
Fair enough.
Rather than for the sake of a career.
Yeah.
Both the study and practice of architectural design are extremely difficult. A person who's forced to work on projects that they don't resonate with will only struggle and suffer.
True.
So at least for today, I hope the students will be able to create something that they enjoy. There's no need to think about it too hard. They'll have plenty of time in the future to revisit the design and make changes. What do you think? Want to try your hand at it as well? Don't forget that this is a free class from Mr. Kaveh, the Light of the Kasharwar. On a normal day, this would cost you 300,000 mora.
That's actually really fucking clever. I have to just say that's really clever because that's okay. So that's the teapot that the traveler has because
Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating, 10% to making a final decision, and the remainder for execution.
It's great though because like the traveler's house is in a teapot. It's in the teapot, so he just drew the teapot. I love that. That's so funny. That is so fucking funny. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, well, okay, I'm gonna end the stream here because I've been streaming for quite a while now, and I want to keep it usually a bit shorter than how I usually stream. So I'm gonna end it here. Thank you all. Oh god, is my thing really? No, it's fine. Thank you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Come on, once again. Yippee! Okay. Anyway, I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed, shut up. If you enjoyed leave a like. If you're watching in chat right now, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching later on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Comment down below what any more games or suggestions or even quests that you want me to do in this game. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye!